how to genuinely get what you want out of life, it feels illegal. I'm telling you, sometimes we think that we can't get what we want because things around us aren't in actual alignment, and we just keep looking at our old circumstances and we're like, oh, I wasn't able to get that, so if I wasn't able to receive that yesterday, maybe today I still can't receive that. But that's not the way to live, because what happens is that when you block your blessings like that, because if you're always thinking about what happened yesterday and all the problems, all the guilt, all the shame, all the fears, all the dreams that you've chased but didn't succeed, if you always are thinking from yesterday, then today is going to get replayed. But what we have to do as truly conscious beings and as being awakened into this moment and truly understanding that the present moment is all that we have, and if we can tap into the frequency of the present moment, we will be able to receive blessings upon blessings and so much more abundance like that. Because let me just tell you, you did not come to this earth to struggle. You did not come to this earth to struggle. Maybe people are trying to tell you that you are meant to struggle, but you are not meant to. Life is supposed to feel good. Life is supposed to actually be enjoying. Like, why would God create such stunning mountains and views and this beautiful earth, and everything that we have is so at our fingertips? Why do you think God created that? Just for other people, but not you? No, it's for you, okay? So once you understand that you are on a frequency of deserving everything in this world, and you can receive that, then you are going to actually receive it. And if you understand that nobody is better than you also, this is a really big one, because for so much of my life and so much time, like, if you get into the frequency of thinking that, oh, they're deserving of it because they're like cooler than me, they're up here, but I'm over here, so till I get there, like, oh my god, it's gonna take so long because they're so much cooler than me, like they're a celebrity, oh, they're so much cooler than me, that's why they have more wealth. No, you're just as cool as everybody. Like, you have to get onto the same playing field as everyone, the same wavelength as everybody, and understand that nobody is better than you, nobody is cooler than you. We're literally all just like human beings on this earth. And once you also understand that, it makes being able to attain wealth and riches and abundance of everything, abundance of friendships, abundance of health, just literally everything, that you're deserving of it, and like you're equal to everything that you want. And like, you don't have to put people on a pedestal. I'm telling you, I've been there, and it's just not a thing, because when you put people above you, especially if you're trying to have like a connection with somebody and they're like cooler than you, then it's like you're their fan, and it's kind of strange. But if you just realize like, hey, I'm just as cool or cooler than them, then the tables flip and the tables turn. So that's what we're doing, because maybe you have to go the complete extreme and be like, yeah, I'm actually cooler than them. Since you've been putting yourself down so much, you have to literally go to the opposite 180 and be like, I'm actually the coolest. And just know, like, you have to think like that in order to become your confident self and actually be the best version of yourself. When you think that you're able to receive everything and that you're deserving of everything in this world. And so often it can be a hard process, because like every single day our mood fluctuates, especially as women. Like, there's so many different hormonal factors that go into becoming the woman that, like, we can't just be one woman throughout the month. We're so many different versions of ourselves, and we have to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves grace, because it's not always easy to stay in complete alignment, especially, for example, in the luteal phase. Like, that's the hardest phase for me because I just get so in my head. I feel like nothing was working. I feel very uneasy. My mood, like, all my good hormones drop, you know, it's like it's not a vibe. But when I'm in my, let's say, follicular phase, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. If I'm in that phase, like, I feel alive. I feel like I'm able to create new ideas, create new projects, come up with great, like, all these good ideas. So you just have to understand, like, where you are also in your phase, and you have to give yourself grace because sometimes you want to just be like always on the go. Sometimes I'm going towards myself and I'm thinking, okay, I wish I could like create, and I have so many writer's blocks. And then I see where I'm at in my cycle. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, you know? So you have to understand, just be kind to yourself because we can't always be in creation mode. Let's say, for example, if right now you're in your summer phase, so you're in the creating and you want to go out and become super vibrant, but maybe you're in your winter phase and you're shedding and the leaves are falling. And I'm not saying this is summer and winter according to actually what's going on in the earth. I mean, like, according to your own alignment and your own self. Maybe right now you're in your winter phase and you're just like really at that point where nothing is really working and nothing is coming through. But just know, when there's so much darkness, the light has to come no matter what. So if there is so much darkness right now in your life, the light is going to come because you can't be in one place. There's so much abundant of one thing, it's going to be abundant in the other. And there's like, it's certainty in that. And it's always like that. So you always have room for growth no matter what you are going through. And there's room for your creations, there's room for your ideas. There's so much room for you, no matter if you feel like, oh, but somebody did that, you know? We can get into that cycle of like consuming so much content, let's say, and thinking that there's no more room in the market for our idea. But your idea is your own idea. Like, your brain has its own thought process, its own creation, and everybody has their own way of saying something, so, or own way of doing things, you know? So you can create your own project, your own idea, and actually birth that idea in its own way, and people will love to hear your story and everything like that. Don't think, oh, the market is so saturated. You know, sometimes when I would share my ideas with people and I would tell them about like, oh, I have this like fabulous idea, I want to do this and this, and I remember when I was younger, people would tell me like, oh, it's so saturated, people are already doing that, or, you know, nobody needs to hear that, or just like, you know, the negative people that want to crush your dreams. And don't let them, because the market is not saturated. There is room for your project, there is room for your idea, and there's room for your creations. And you have to create, because if we aren't constantly creating, then we are just, our energy is really low, okay? Like, you have to obviously understand where you are. If you're able to create, if you're in that like flow state and you can create, go create, because that's what keeps you alive. And something very interesting also that just came to me is that you can't, sometimes, even on the harder days, on the winter days, you can still create something small. And it's so dark and it's so, you think it's bad, but it's really not, because once you create something like negative, you can channel that energy to the positive side. So I find that sometimes with myself, with my, let's say, darker side of myself, that's where my creations actually come through and flourish, because I'm accepting my darkness too. That's a little bit like woo-woo, I guess, But it's not really, because a lot of people believe in like, even if you're not motivated, you should still be creating. So there's both sides, obviously. I know that. And I know you can say, yeah, there's both sides to what I said. But there's also the point where you want to give yourself grace and you want to accept yourself, and you don't have to push yourself like crazy if you're in the winter season. That's what I'm saying. So 1% more grace and love for yourself today. 1% better. Just know you matter and you are needed here, and keep it up, keep creating. The market is not saturated. There is room and there is growth for your idea. So keep it up. All right, like this video, subscribe down below, and we'll see you back for the next video. Bye.